Hi guys, in today's video I want to talk to you about, in my opinion, what it takes to become a great entrepreneur, to become a great leader, to become a great investor. I've been in business for many years. I've been in business for over 10 years. I've worked with many leaders in different organizations. I've worked with leaders in investment companies, nonprofit organizations, real estate companies, governmental agencies, people in politics, etc. I've realized that leadership is highly important. Leadership is very, very important. In today's video, I want to talk to you about what are some of the characteristics that I see in these leaders, and I'd like to share this with you. My name is Victor Delerna, I'm a CPA, and here we go. So leaders tend to be informed, right? Leaders tend to be aware of what's going on in the world. They tend to be aware of, like, for example, what's going on in politics, what's going on in the economy, right? And they see that information and they try to utilize that information and see how they can apply it in their business or in their roles, right? And not only how they can apply it now, but what is it that is going to happen in the future based on that information that they get, right? And they tend to be informed in different ways, right? They watch documentaries, right? They tend to read a lot of books. They watch a lot of, content media related to information that applies to their roles or to their business, right? And the communications that they have with their people around them tends to be about, okay, what is relevant? What is it that's happening, in the world right now? And how is it that that information can be applied to the current events in their business or in their roles? Number two, they tend to be not extreme in politics. They tend to be aware of the other side of the, politics, the other side of the aisle, if you will. For example, here in the US, you have two different parties. You have the Democrats and then you have the Republicans, right? Business owners, investors, and leaders, they tend to be either Democrats or Republicans, right? But they don't have to be extreme in any of the parties, right? They tend to understand the other side as well as they understand the side that they're in. It's just that they understand that maybe one party or one leader of the other party speaks to them, right? So they could gravitate their decision making to the events or the situation that the investor or the business owner or the leader is in. Like Charlie Munger says, they are able to understand the other side and argue it as well. Number three, they tend to think outside of the box, just like my book, right? They tend to think outside of the box. That means that leaders, business owners, investors, they need to basically utilize the information that is available, but rather come up with their own ideas and strategies in how to tackle a specific situation. And for that, you need to sometimes have clarity. You need to have information available, right? And then you have to think, okay, what is it that is available that I can utilize for my benefit or the benefit of my organization in order for me to make a decision, right? And for that, you need space. Sometimes you need solitude, but also you need information. Once you have the information available, then you seek for, okay, what is it that is missing? And when you see what is it that's missing, and then you understand to where you want to go, you tend to think outside of the box because you utilize the information that is available, you understand what is missing, right? And then you understand where is it that you want to go. And when you find out what's missing, then you tend to think outside of the box. Number four, they don't work part-time. They don't work 4 hours a week. Leaders work pretty much all the time, right? So they tend to be early risers, right? And when they are early risers, they tend to basically tackle something that is very important, related to their business, their organization, the journey that they're in, right? Or they take care of their bodies and their minds, right? But they tackle something, right? They go to work on something that is very important. They don't waste time on social media. They don't waste time on scrolling through feeds or any of that information. They understand that their objective, their goals to the destinations that they're going to is so important that that's the first thing that they tackle. So you need your mind and your body in order for you to get there. So you take care of that, or you tackle what is important for that day right away. Also, right? So as they don't work part-time, their mind is always solving a problem. It's always looking into the future. So they might not be physically present at the office or physically present in a meeting, or in these days, all the meetings tend to happen via video, so they don't have to be present in one of those meetings, right? If they're not present in a meeting, either physical or virtual, they're strategizing, right? Like they're strategizing, they're thinking, okay, what is it that I need to do, or what is it that my organization needs to do in order for us to get from point A to point B quicker or faster? And number 5, they don't see their role as a job, right? They see it as a gift that's being given in order for them to go somewhere, to get to some place, in order for them to achieve their goals, right? So it's like a journey that the leaders are in, right? It is so important for them that it's not a job anymore. It's a quest, right? It's like a commitment that they have to their thoughts, to their vision, to their destination. Okay, so if you want to become a great leader, these are 5 things that you want to do in order for you to become a great leader. Number 1, you want to be informed. Do research, read, seek for information, do the research and come up with your own conclusion, and then utilize your conclusion in order for you to move forward. Number 2, you want to be overall knowledgeable in the economy, not only in the US, but also globally. You want to understand what is it that's happening in Europe, you want to know what's happening in Asia, you want to know what's happening in Latin America, you want to know what's happening in the Caribbean, you want to know what's happening in the world. Why? Because that's going to give you context in like what's happening around you. I'm not saying that you have to live in that world of the things that are happening in those places. I'm not saying that you have to live there. What I'm saying is that you want to know, you want to be aware of what's happening there. So when you encounter a situation, you can connect the dots, right? The world is all connected. So if something happens like miles and miles and miles away, like in Europe and Latin America, some way, somehow, that situation, at a macro level, is going to affect the local economy, either short-term or long-term. So that's why you want to be knowledgeable. So that way you can utilize it for decision making. Number 3, you don't want to be PITTY in MINUSCIA, right? You don't want to be basically immersed in the details. You want to know what is the task at hand and dominate it. And then you want to collaborate with your team in order for you to take care of the details. Your goal is to make sure that you understand the long-term vision. You understand like the journey that you're in and what you're building and the destination you want to go to. That's your goal. You want to know and you want to dominate where is it that you're going. Number 4, be an early riser. Wake up early. Make sure that you either take care of your mind and body right away or go ahead and take care of that destination that you're going after. You want to go at it right away. And number 5, whatever the position you're in, if you work for a company, you want to become a leader in your role, right? If you work in customer service, you want to be a leader in customer service. If you work in sales, you want to be a leader in sales. If you work in operations, if you're working on like getting the work, the task, the projects done, you want to be a leader in that role. Why? Because that leadership builds, right? The more that leadership builds, the more valuable you are for a company. And then of course, if you're the CEO, the president of the company, for sure you want to be a leader. If you want to tackle, you want to take care of that vision. You want to guard that vision, that goal, you want to guard it, and you want to go after it. As you see, guys, becoming a leader, it's a matter of passion. It's what you have to become in order for you to get your goals accomplished. If you have a big mountain that you want to climb, you have to become a leader. And the way you become a leader is by learning. You learn by observing how leaders behave and how leaders make decisions. You learn by the accomplishments of these leaders. And then you go and practice. And then you understand what are the principles, what are the steps that you need to take in order for you to become a better leader in the position, in the role that you're in. My name is Victor Delorme. Thank you so much for watching this video. Click like and please subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one. Take care.